Let us see the solutions for RRB JE Electronics CBT 2 question paper for the examination held on 31st August 2019, Part 2 solutions. Let us continue with the question 51. A high quartz, a high Q quartz crystal exhibits series resonant frequency omega s and parallel resonant frequency omega p. Then the relation between omega s and omega p. So option A is correct because series resonant frequency is closed but less than parallel resonant frequency. In the given curve, x-axis is frequency and y-axis represents reactance, where in x-axis fs represents series resonant frequency and fp represents parallel resonant frequency. This is fs and fp. So when the frequency is less, these two frequencies, series resonant frequency and parallel resonant frequency, are close to each other, but this series resonant frequency is less than parallel resonant frequency. Now from the curve, if frequency is greater than series resonant frequency, then the nature of reactance, crystal reactance, is inductive. If frequency is less than series resonant frequency, then the nature of reactance is capacitive. If frequency greater than parallel resonant frequency, then the nature of reactance is also capacitive. If the frequency lies between series resonant frequency and parallel resonant frequency, between these two frequencies, the nature of reactance is capacitive. So the option A is correct. From the question, this series resonant frequency is less than parallel resonant frequency, and it is both are close to each other. First option is correct. Some more additional point is, this is a circuit symbol of quartz crystal and equivalent circuit of quartz crystal. Next question. When a magnesium ribbon is burnt in an air, the ash formed is. When a magnesium ribbon burns in air, it produces magnesium oxide MnO. Magnesium oxide MnO, that is also called white ash. Along with white ash, heat, light is produced. So dazzling white flame is produced. So the chemical reaction is 2Mg plus O2 gives rise to 2MgO magnesium oxide, which is a white color ash is formed. Correct option is C. Next question. Name the technique used to separate butter from the curd. So the technique is, correct option is centrifugation. So centrifugation technique separate butter from curd because in this technique centripetal force is used to separate liquids in mixture. So next is, so let us see option B, what is sublimation. So sublimation means it is a process of changing solid directly into gas without becoming a liquid. Example is dry ice, naphthalene balls, camphor. These are the examples of sublimation process, directly changing solid to gas without forming a liquid. So solid to gas directly without becoming a liquid. Next is filtration. So the filtration is a technique in which solid particles in a liquid or gas are removed by the use of filter medium. Evaporation. So evaporation is a process in which liquid turns into gas. So here liquid is directly converted into gas, that is vapor. So there is one more process exactly opposite to evaporation is condensation. It is a process of water vapor turning back to liquid. So this evaporation and condensation are exactly reverse. Evaporation means liquid to gas, condensation is gaseous to water vapor to liquid. So for this question, correct option is A. Sublimation means solid to gas, evaporation liquid to vapor, water vapor. If the liquid is water, it is a water vapor, liquid to gas, and then filtration is removing the particles from the gas or removing the particles from the liquid. Next question. Dash are electronic switches that actuate when small external voltage is applied across the terminals. So correct answer is solid state relays. These solid state relays are electronic switches that activate when small external voltage is applied across the terminals. Next is, let us see about electromechanical relay, reed relay, and latching relays. So this electromechanical relay is an electrical switch. It is not an electronic switch. It is an electrical switch that uses low power signal to control high power circuit. Examples of these electromechanical switches are reed relay, latching relay, miniature relay, power relay, and thermal overload relay. Examples of this electromechanical are reed relay is an example of this electromechanical, as well as this latching relay is an example of this electromechanical switch. Latching relay is an example of electromechanical, reed relay is an example of electromechanical. So that electronic switch is SSR, solid state relays. Solid state relays an example for electronic switch. Next question. A semiconductor has generally dash number of valence electrons. So semiconductor has generally 4 valence electrons. So electrons, that is valence electron, is the electron that is present in outermost shell or valency shell, are known as valence electrons. Group 4 elements have 4 electrons in their outermost shell. This includes carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. So from these two, silicon and germanium are semiconductors. So these semiconductors have 4 electrons in their valency shell. So group 4 in Roman letters is same as group 14. Next question. Name the PCB side on which components are mounted. So the PCB side on which components are mounted is called component side. So the two sides of printed circuit board. Printed circuit board has two sides. One is top side, also known as component side or assembly side. Top side of PCB is also known as assembly side or component side, where components such as resistor, capacitor, integrated circuits, connectors, and other active and passive components are mounted. And next side is bottom side. It is also known as secondary side or solder side. Bottom side is also known as secondary side or solder side, with few components or no components. Therefore, correct option is A. The side of printed circuit board on which components are mounted is component side. Let us see some more additional points. Track side of PCB is a conductive path. Track side of PCB is a conductive path that carries electrical signals between the components, and copper side of PCB is where copper layers are located that conduct electrical signals. These copper layers forms the tracks, pads, and connections that allow electronic components to communicate with each other. So the correct option is component, but not solder side, copper side, and track side. Next question. A 0 to 25 ampere ammeter has guaranteed accuracy of 1%, 1% of full scale reading. The current measured by this instrument is 10 amperes. Determine the limiting error in percentage. So given full scale voltage, VFS is 25 ampere. This is the full scale voltage, 25 ampere. So guaranteed accuracy error is 1% of full scale reading, 1% of 25 volts. So that is 1% of 25 volts is, so 25 by 100, 0.25. This is guaranteed accuracy error. Now true value is 10 ampere. Therefore limiting error is guaranteed accuracy error by true value, 0.25 by 100. So that is 0.25 by 10. True value is 10 ampere. In terms of percentage multiplied with 100, so its value is 2.5 percentage. Therefore limiting error is 2.5%. Correct option is C. Correct option is C. 2.5% is a limiting error. In the question they have given full scale voltage. From full scale voltage we need to calculate the guaranteed accuracy error, given true value, and therefore limiting error, percentage limiting error multiplied with 100. Next question. The function of de-emphasis circuit is generally this pre-emphasis and de-emphasis is used in frequency modulation. FM uses pre-emphasis and de-emphasis technique. Pre-emphasis is used at the transmitter before modulation and de-emphasis is used at the receiver after demodulation. So these two techniques are used in frequency modulation to improve the fidelity of audio signal. To improve the fidelity of audio signal, we are using pre-emphasis and de-emphasis in frequency modulation. So pre-emphasis is used at the transmitter before modulation and de-emphasis is used at the receiver after modulation. The definition of pre-emphasis is it is a process of increasing the signal strength at higher frequencies so that signal to noise ratio is greater than 1 is maintained at all frequencies. De-emphasis is exactly reverse process of pre-emphasis. It is a process of attenuating. Pre-emphasis is boosting and de-emphasis is attenuating, decreasing the high frequencies, thereby restoring the original message signal. So correct option is C. So de-emphasis means it is a process to bring back the higher frequencies to their original level. Next question. Which of the following is used? Which of the following is called the address operator? Address operator ampersand. It is a unary operator that returns the memory address of a variable. The address operator is generally used as a prefix to its operand. So syntax is address operator ampersand operand. Correct option is C. Next question. Dash is electronic circuit that changes the DC level of a signal to the desired level without changing the shape of the signal. So correct option is clamper. Clamper is an electronic circuit that changes the DC level. Of a signal. Simply, the clamper circuit adds DC level to an AC signal or it shifts the DC level of an AC signal. This clamper circuit is also called DC restorer or DC reinserter. So this rectifier, there is one more circuit, rectifier. Rectifier converts AC to DC and slicer and limiter is there. Clipper circuit or slicer or amplitude selector that removes undesired portion of the waveform, whereas limiter circuit in electronics limits the amplitude of the signal, allowing signals below a specified level, which attenuating the peaks of stronger signals that exceeds a threshold value. So this is the definition of limiter circuit and definition of clamper circuit. These two are the definitions for clamper circuit. So this is the definition of clipper. Next. So for the given question, the correct option is clamper, DC restorer, DC reinserter that adds a DC level or shifts the DC level of an AC signal without changing the shape of a signal. Next question. In a compound such as water, the ratio of mass of hydrogen to mass of oxygen is always. So the ratio of mass of hydrogen atoms or the ratio of mass of hydrogen to oxygen is 1:8. The ratio of atoms is 2:1. H2O. The molecular formula of water is H2O. The ratio of hydrogen atoms to oxygen atoms is 2:1. Next, in a water, the mass ratio of hydrogen to oxygen is 1:8. In hydrogen peroxide, that is H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, the mass ratio of hydrogen to oxygen is 1:16. So given is water, its mass ratio is mass ratio of hydrogen to oxygen is 1:8. Next, what is the hexadecimal equivalent of binary number 11102? The correct option is E. So 111, there are two methods to convert this binary number to hexadecimal. One is binary to decimal conversion binary to decimal conversion, and then decimal number is converted to hexadecimal. So to convert this given binary number to decimal, so multiply with their equivalent weights. So that is, so 2 cube into 1 is 8, 2 square into 1 is 4, 2 e power 1 into 1 is 2, 2 power 0 into 0 is 0. So its value is 14. So 14 base 10. So given binary number is 1110 base 2 is equivalent to 14 into base 10. So in hexadecimal representation, decimal number 10 is represented with A, 11 is represented with B, 12 is represented with C, 13 with D, 14 with E, and 15 with F. These are hexadecimal representation for the number 14. It is represented with E base 16. So therefore the correct option is 1110 base 2 is equal to 14 base 10 is equal to E base 16. So this is the correct answer. So this is the first method. So first method is converting binary number to decimal number and then converting decimal to hexadecimal. So there is one more method, that is direct method for converting binary to hexadecimal, is grouping of 4 bits, grouping of 4 binary digits and expressing its hexadecimal equivalent. Okay. The correct option is D. Next question. A server on the internet is also known as host. The computer or a server on the internet is also known as host. Correct option is C. See some more points. Gateway. Gateway connects the networks, whereas repeater amplifies the signal. Host is a device that uses the network. Gateway is a passage between two networks that may work upon the different networking models. It is a passage between, gateway is a passage between two different networks, whereas router is a device that routes data packets based on their IP address. Next, what is hub? Hub is a multi-port repeater. The hub connects multiple wires coming from the different branches. Repeater operates at physical layer. Its function is to amplify the signal over the same network before the signal becomes too weak. Some common types of network devices are access point, modems, firewall, repeater, hub, switch, gateway, bridge, router, network interface card, etc. So for this question, correct option is host. A server on a internet is also known as host. The other names for common collector amplifier is, so common collector amplifier, CC amplifier, is also known as voltage follower circuit. It is also known as voltage follower circuit or emitter follower configuration, because emitter voltage follows the base voltage. So this common collector amplifier has very high input impedance. Because of this very high input impedance, it draws little current from the source, and it is also having, CC amplifier is also having very low output impedance. Very low output impedance means it can able to drive heavy load without lowering its output voltage. Therefore, because of high input impedance and low output impedance, this circuit is widely used as a buffer. This circuit is widely used as a buffer between the stages of multi-stage amplification circuit. So the correct option is B, common collector amplifier. It is also called voltage follower or emitter follower. The resting potential of neuron is minus 70 millivolts. The resting potential of neuron is minus 70 millivolts. So this is the electric potential between the inside and outside of the neuron. Correct option is B. Next question. Who among the following was a president of Constituent Assembly? So Dr. Rajendra Prasad is the president of Constituent Assembly, elected on 11th December 1946. 1 dB corresponds to change in power level. Okay, before seeing this question, let us see 1 dB corresponds to change in voltage level or current level of. So how to solve this question is, for voltage or current, so dB is 20 log 10, V2 by V1 is equal to 1, given is 1 dB. So 20 will become to here 1 by 20, that is 1 by 20 is 0.05, 10 power 0.05 is 1.122. So subtract minus 1 on both sides, we will get V2 minus V1 by V1, that is equal to 12%. Therefore 1 dB corresponds to change in voltage or a current level of 12%. 1 dB corresponds to change in voltage or a current level of 12%. So now the question is 1 dB corresponds to change in power level. So let us solve this question. So log 10 P1 by P2 is equal to 1 by 10, that is 0.1. Now P1 by P2 is equal to 10 power 0.1. 10 power 0.1 is 1.2589. Subtract minus 1 on both sides. P1 minus P2 by P2 is equal to 1.2589 minus 1. Its value is P1 minus P2 by P2 is equal to 0.2589. It is approximately equal to, in terms of percentage, multiply with 100, 26%. So this decibel scale is a logarithmic scale or non-linear scale. Correct option is B. So 1 dB corresponds to 26% change in power level, whereas 12% change in voltage level or current level. Next question. Dash is a device which is used to connect multiple networks and passes the packets from one network to other network. Correct option is gateway. Gateway is a device which is connected. Gateway is a device that is used to connect multiple networks and passes packets from one network to another network. It is used to connect the system from one layer of TCP to another layer of TCP. Gateway can be a server, firewall, or a router. So the next definition for hub is the hub connects cables from a network segment. Switch connects devices on a network, whereas gateway is across the network. So switch is within the network, gateway is across the networks, multiple networks. Hub is a multi-port repeater that connects multiple wires from different branches. Switch is a data link layer device that connects multiple devices on the network. So this is bridge, hub, switch, router. Next question. The correct option here is gateway. Next question. 3 resistors, each of having 3 ohm, are connected in parallel, then equivalent resistance is. So equivalent resistance between the terminals is. So here the resistance of each resistor is 3 ohm. If there are n resistors, if all n resistors are connected in parallel, then equivalent resistance is R by N, where R is the resistance of each resistor. Here the resistance given is 3 ohms and number of resistors are 3. So correct option is 1 ohm. The equivalent resistance is 1 ohm. If there are n resistors, each having the resistance R, if all the n resistors are connected in parallel, then equivalent resistance is R equivalent is R by N, that is 3 by 3, hence it is 1 ohm. Correct option is A. Next question. Montreal Protocol refers to. This Montreal Protocol is an international agreement to phase out ozone depleting substances, that is ODS. This protocol was signed or finalized in 1987 and it is the first treaty to be ratified by every country in the world. India signed this protocol in 1992. This Montreal Protocol, India signed in 1992. This Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete ozone layer is a landmark multilateral environmental agreement that regulates the production and consumption of nearly 100 man-made chemicals referred to as ozone depleting substances. So correct option is A. Montreal Protocol refers to ozone depleting substances, the substances that depletes the ozone layer. Next question. If there are two capacitors of 4 picofarad connected in series, then their equivalent capacitance is. If resistors are connected in series, then equivalent resistance is R1 plus R2. If two inductors are connected in series, then equivalent inductance is L1 plus L2. If two capacitors are connected in series, then equivalent capacitance is C1 plus C2 by C1 plus C2, C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. So this is for two resistors R1 R2 connected in series. This is for two inductance connected L1 and L2 connected in series. This is for two capacitors C1 C2 capacitor connected in series. Equivalent capacitance. Here there are two capacitors of each 4 picofarad. 4 into 4 by 4 plus 2, that is 16 by 8. It is 2 picofarad. C equivalent is 2 picofarad. So correct option is A, 2 picofarad. Next question. Which of the following is the latest version of Android? So from this, Android Oreo 2017, Android Pie is 2018, Android 15 is 2024, Android KitKat is 2013, Android Nougat is 2016. So among the given options, that latest version is 2018 version, that is Android Pie. This is the image that shows different Android versions and year of release. Android 15, it is released in 2024, which is the latest as per today. Next question. Molarity. So molarity is the ratio of solvent moles to a solution total liters. Both the solute and solvent are a part of a solution. Or the one more definition of molarity is the number of moles of a solute in 1 liter of solution is called molarity. This molarity is also called molar concentration. Hence correct option is the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution is molarity. Next question. An IC used for making bidirectional shift register is IC 74194. This IC 7495 is 4-bit parallel access shift register. 7494 is 4-bit serial input serial output shift register, whereas 74194, it is an bidirectional shift register IC. These ICs can shift data in either direction, left or right, depending on the mode selected. So some more common ICs are IC 7400 quad 2 input NAND gate, IC 7402 quad 2 input NOR gate, 7404. This IC is hex inverter. It means it has 6 NOT gates. Next, IC 7408 quad 2 input AND gate, IC 7432 quad 2 input OR gate. So for this question, correct option is IC 74194. It is an bidirectional universal shift register. Next, which symbol is used as a statement terminator in C? Semicolon. Semicolon symbol is used as a statement terminator in C language. Every statement in C language must end with semicolon. So that is every statement in C language end with semicolon. Correct option is D. Some more points are the common characters used in C programming are brackets, parenthesis, braces, comma, colon, semicolon, asterisk, assignment operator, and preprocessor. Let us see next question. Question number 76. The heating effect of electric current is used in. So generally, bulb converts electrical energy to light energy. Fan converts electrical energy to rotational energy, that is mechanical energy. Iron box converts electrical energy to heat energy, and battery converts chemical energy to electrical energy. In the question, as per the options, the relevant answer is electric bulb. The heating effect of electric circuit is used in electric bulb to produce a light. When electric current passes through the bulb's filament, the filament gets heated up and glows, emitting visible light. So correct option is D. Next question. Select the most environment friendly method of insect control from the following. So the best option is A, that is crop rotation and intercropping. application of chlorinated hydrocarbons and organophosphates and pyrethroids. These are chemicals, which is not an environment friendly method. Crop rotation and intercropping. This crop rotation disrupts the pest life cycle and promotes the beneficial insects, as well as it reduces reliance on chemicals. This organochlorine pesticides, especially DDT, dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. These are chemicals. DDT and its derivative are first generation of chlorinated hydrocarbons to be used for controlling agricultural pests. Next is chlorinated hydrocarbons, pyrethroids, man-made. These are a group of man-made pesticides similar to natural pesticide. Next, organophosphates are commonly used insecticides to control pests in agriculture and food commodities. All these are pesticides, whereas natural method and most environment friendly method is crop rotation and intercropping. Next question. The envelope detector is an asynchronous detector. Envelope detector is an asynchronous detector. It extracts the envelope of a signal. It is also known as peak detector. The output of envelope detector follows the envelope of message signal, and this detector is used only when modulation index is less than 1. Envelope detector is useful only when mu value is less than 1. It is also called asynchronous detector, which means it doesn't require the receiver carrier signal to be synchronized with the transmitted carrier signal. Next question. Transformer coupling is not used in audio frequency amplifier because, so the advantages of transformer coupling are excellent impedance matching, higher gain is achieved, there will be no power loss in collector and base, and efficient in operation. So this transformer coupling is not used in audio frequency amplifiers because the cost is high. Transformers are bulky, as well as it introduces frequency distortion. So correct option is C. Let us see disadvantage of this transformer coupling. Frequency distortion is higher, is a major disadvantage. Transformer tends to produce hum noise. Transformers are bulky as well as costly, and poor frequency response. Because of all these, we are not using transformer coupling in audio frequency amplifiers. Next question. What is the capacity of ISRO rocket launch viewing facility that has opened for first time in Andhra Pradesh? Initial capacity is 5,000. In the first phase, 5,000 launching, 5,000 capacity launch viewing gallery is constructed in the form of a stadium and is placed at an appropriate location with clear line of sight to the two launch pads of Sriharikota range. The ISRO launching viewing gallery at Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota can accommodate up to 5,000 viewers. Correct option is C. Next question. Which of the following is not a semiconductor? This selenium, germanium, silicon. These are semiconductors, whereas wood is an insulator. Wood, it is an insulator. Correct option is 1. B, C, D are semiconductors. A is an insulator. Next question. The dielectric strength is expressed in dash. It is expressed in volt per meter dash per meter, that is volt per meter of volt per unit thickness of an insulating material. So correct option is volt per meter is a dielectric strength units, volt per unit thickness of insulating material. Next question. The gun diode is made up of gallium arsenide. Correct option is A. So gun diode is not made up of germanium, nor silicon, nor selenium. It is made up of gallium arsenide. So generally, gun diodes are made up of semiconducting materials like gallium arsenide, indium phosphide, indium antimonide, zinc selenide, carbon telluride, CDTE, and the most common material used for the manufacturing of gun diode is GaAs, gallium arsenide, and indium phosphide. These are the most common materials used in manufacture of gun diode. So this is based on group 3, group 5 elements. So gun diode is made up of group 3, group 5, third, fifth group elements including Ga, As, gallium arsenide, indium antimonide, indium arsenide, zinc, selenide and cadmium telluride, CdTe. So correct option is A. Next question. Which of the following is not an halogen? Halogens are group of 6 toxic non-metallic elements in the periodic table. They are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine and Ts, tennessine. Halogens are highly reactive and toxic, located in the group 17 of periodic table on the left of the noble gases, whereas this tellurium, it is not an halogen. Rest iodine, fluorine, astatine are halogens. The tellurium is a chemical element, symbol Te, atomic number is 52. It is brittle, mildly toxic, rare, silver white metalloid. Next question. In an electric circuit, fuse is blown. So the reason for blowing the fuse is either short circuit or fault in the electric appliances. Fuse blows if current flowing through the circuit exceeds the fuse design capacity. So the reason for blowing of fuse is excessive current when excessive current flowing. Correct option is C. Next question. Which of the following antennas is a standard reference antenna for directiveness? So the standard reference antenna for calculating the gain measurements is isotropic antenna. So isotropic antenna is a fixed radiator that radiates imaginary radiator or a fixed radiator radiates energy uniformly in all directions. This isotropic radiator is a lossless hypothetical antenna or imaginary antenna or a theoretical antenna in which all practical radiators are compared. The gain of this isotropic radiator is unity or 0 dB. It is a non-directional antenna and this is a standard reference antenna for measurement of gain. Next question. What is the full form of ISDN? So ISDN stands for Integrated Services Digital Network. Integrated Services Digital Network is a circuit switched telephone network that transmits both data and voice over the digital line. Next question. The RMS value and mean value is same in case of for sine signal, average value is 2 Vm by pi and RMS value is Vm by root 2. Next. For RAM signal, it is Vm by 2 average value and RMS value is Vm by 3. Similarly for this signal also 2 Vm by 3 and 0.75 Vm. But whereas for symmetrical square wave, option D, symmetrical square wave, RMS value is Vm. Similarly, average value is also Vm. Therefore, correct option is D. The symmetrical square wave, RMS value and average value both are same. Correct option is D. Symmetrical square wave. Next question. The register in 8085 that is used to keep the track of memory address of next opcode to be run in the program is, so that is program counter. So program counter or instruction pointer, both are correct. So the program counter stores the address of next instruction that is to be executed. Pointer register is used to indicate the location of last item that put onto the stack. The stack pointer is a CPU register that holds the memory address of the top of the stack or top address of the top item placed on the stack. So it is last in first out data structure used for storing data like local variables and function parameters. This program counter or instruction pointer or simply PC is a fundamental component of computer central processing unit. It is a special register that keeps a track of memory address of next instruction that is to be executed. So correct option is either A or D. Next question. Which of the following function is used to find the last occurrence of character in the string? So correct option is strrchr. So this strrchr is a function used to find the last occurrence of character in a string. Next, ripple factor of full wave bridge rectifier. So for half wave rectifier, ripple factor is 1.21. For full wave rectifier, it is 0.48. Full wave bridge rectifier, it is 0.48. Correct option is 0.482. Let us see some more points. For half wave rectifier, number of diodes are 1. In center tap transformer, full wave rectifier, number of diodes are 2. Whereas in case of bridge rectifier, diodes are 4. The frequency is same in case of half wave rectifier, where signal frequency will get doubled in full wave rectifier. Form factor of half wave rectifier is 1.57, whereas form factor for full wave rectifier is 1.11. Efficiency of full wave rectifier is 40.6, whereas the efficiency is 81.2% for full wave rectifier. Either for a bridge type full wave rectifier or center tapped full wave rectifier. So correct option is 0.482 is a ripple factor for full wave bridge rectifier. Next question. Which is an isotope used for the treatment of goiter? So let us see the definition of isotope. Isotope means atoms with same atomic number but different mass number. So atoms with same atomic number of protons but different number of neutrons. So isotopes have same chemical properties but different mass, different physical properties. So there are two types of isotopes. One is stable isotope and unstable isotope. These stable isotopes does not emit radiation, whereas unstable isotopes emit radiation. Isotope iodine 131 is used to treat goiter. So iodine 131 isotope is used to treat the disease goiter. So let us see some more points related to isotopes. This iodine 131 used to treat thyroid conditions. 125 cobalt 60 to treat brain cancers, cobalt 5758, strontium 89, yttrium 90, bismuth 213, cesium 131. There are different isotopes which is used for different medical treatments. So correct option for treatment of goiter is iodine 131 isotope or simply iodine isotopes. Next question. Applets are written in dash programming language. So first of all, this applet is a small program written in Java that runs on a web browser. These applets are used to add the interactive features to the web pages. Java application that is integrated into a web page is called applet. So these applets are written in Java programming language. Applet is a Java program that runs inside the web browser. An applet is embedded into an HTML file using applet or objects tags. Next question. When National Green Tribunal is established? So it was established in 2010. The National Green Tribunal is established in 2010 as per the National Green Tribunal Act. A specialized judicial body equipped with expertise solely for the purpose of environmental cases, resolving environmental cases in the country. So New Delhi is a headquarter of this NGT. With, with other places, sitting places of tribunals are in Bhopal, Pune, Kolkata and Chennai. Correct option is D. Next question. A half wave rectifier requires, so the number of diodes in half wave rectifier is one diode. It requires only one diode. So this half wave rectifier converts AC to DC by allowing only one half of the input waveform to appear at the output, whereas center tapped full wave rectifier consists of two diodes and bridge full wave rectifier consists of four diodes. So bridge full wave rectifier has four diodes and center tapped full wave rectifier has two diodes. So correct option is A. Next question. The power of concave lens is minus 0.5 d. What is its focal length? So the power of length is a reciprocal of focal length. So that is power P is 1 by focal length. The units are d, that is dioptry. So 1 dioptry is the power of lens when whose focal length is 1 meter. So 1 dioptry is the power of focal length power of a lens whose focal length is 1 meter. Next, power of concave lens is negative, whereas power of convex lens is positive. So here the power is negative, therefore the lens is concave lens. Its focal length is 1 by dioptry, that is 1 by power 1 by minus 0.5. The answer is minus 2 meter. Focal length is minus 2 meter. So correct option is B. Next question. What is the integer value range for the standard integer type int? So for standard integer type int, it is from 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. So that is 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1. So correct option is A. 32,768 to plus 32,767 minus 2 power 31. So that is minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Correct option is A. Next question. Which of the following concepts is used by ultrasound scanners to find abnormalities in the internal organs of human beings? These ultrasonic waves, here in these ultrasound scanners, ultrasonic waves are sent through the tissues of the body and it gets reflected. When used in an ultrasound scanner, the transducer sends out a beam of sound waves into the body. These sound waves are reflected back to the transducer by the boundaries between the tissues in the path of the beam. This ultrasound scan uses high frequency sound waves to create the images of inside the body. They can help to evaluate the fetal development as well as to detect the tissues in various organs. Ultrasound scans are sonography are safe because the sound waves are echoes of an image instead of radiation, because they use sound waves or echoes to make an image instead of radiation. Next question. Which state has longest coastal line in India? The longest coastal line state is Gujarat. So the number of states having coastal line is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Odisha and West Bengal. There are a total of 8 states. Among these, coastal line of Gujarat is highest, 2340 kilometers, whereas for Andhra Pradesh it is 1053 kilometers. Next question. The radix or base of a octal number system is. So radix refers to the base of a number system. So this radix represents total number of possible digits. For decimal number system, radix is 10. For binary number system, radix or base is 2. For octal number system, radix is 8. For hexadecimal number system, radix is 16. So the number of digits in decimal number system with radix 10 is 0 to 9. So in binary number system, 0 and 1. And in octal number system, 0 to 7. In hexadecimal number system, 0 to 9 and then A to F. These are radix or base for a number system. So for octal number system, the base or radix is 8. Correct option is B.